All right, time for some more quick hits. Because first round just
go.
wasn't enough.
Yes.
Jules, I hate to bring this up, but France lost at home to Croatia.
Aye.
They have just 2 points from 4 Nations League games. Deschamps has a lot of capital in the bank, but are folks asking questions? Because they darn sure should be.
Yeah, they are. They should be. We are as well. It was bad. It was a bad game overall. Deschamps was bad, really bad in the team selection, in the system they played in, the tactics. How can you be 1-0 down at home and still play 4-5-1 out position is beyond me, completely beyond me. He got his substitutions wrong. He got everything wrong, basically. I know it was a tough time for him because obviously he's lost his father halfway through or at the start of this international break. He said at the end he took responsibility, to be fair to him. Said that he didn't have the energy, the players didn't have the energy. It was really tough. I don't know how much you read into it, but certainly it's a bit worrying, the fact that they only scored 3 goals in 4 games, that they really look out of it completely, and that is still not really sure how to play, with what system, with what players. Before the 2018 World Cup, it was not much better, which reassures me a little bit because it was a bit of a mess 5 months before the 2018 World Cup, and they ended up winning it.
It was a bit of a mess at the 2018 World Cup, but just that they're good at defending and they play with center backs at full backs.
If they do the same again in 2022, that's fine with me. But I'm starting to be a bit worried now. Germany destroyed Italy 5-2, and it could have been more, to be fair. Gab, that late goal for Italy avoided this being the Azzurri's worst ever defeat to the Germans. You want to praise Hansi Flick's team or more despair about Roberto Mancini's crew?
I will choose to praise Hansi Flick's team because I am not despairing about Mancini's crew.
No, I think you're right.
It's not like, let's assess the team ahead of the World Cup. Because guess what? We ain't going to the World Cup.
You're not.
Right? We gotta take a longer term view here. So he played a bunch of the kids. Again, we saw Gnonto, we saw Frattesi.
Yeah.
The guys who were there didn't play well. Nobody, even some of the veterans who were in there, like Barella or whatever. But Germany played well. I think what we're seeing is, and we found out the team of Werner can actually score goals.
Yeah. Remember what you said the last show?
I think we're at the stage, and this applies to all of them, we're seeing a lot of random weirdo results because players are tired, managers are doing different things, they're mixing things up. We shouldn't read too much into it. Although, Jules, it could be worse.
It could.
You could be England, you could be losing at home to Hungary 4-0. Look, if we're gonna give France and Italy the benefit of the doubt, we got to give Southgate the benefit of the doubt as well. He says he should get the blame, not the players. But is he now the English guy? Are you ready to go there?
100%. I don't want to say his name anymore. I've had enough at the World Cup. I had enough at the Euros. I don't rate him, as you know. I like him as a guy, as a person. I don't think he's at this level in terms of managing and management. What we saw against Hungary, but not just Hungary. And I know it was difficult for a lot of countries. But what we saw in the previous games was just not good enough from him. It was just not good enough from him. In the setup, again, yes, the players are tired, but some of the calls that he made no sense. Some of the system, the formation, the tactics made no sense. I think if the crowd at Wolves, and you don't go often to play England matches at Wolves, and if even they turn on you, it's clearly, I think the problem is deeper.
Those are some pretty hardcore fans, and they're angry.
They're angry, and I think it goes deeper than just saying, but it's tough to play 4 games in 10 days at the end of the season like this, which I agree to. But I just don't think it's good enough what we've seen. This is maybe the most talented squad England have ever had with 66. I think even better than 86 or 90. I think
I would have said 2006 was.
But I think 2006 was talented but very unbalanced. I think this one can have balance, can have pretty much everything.
I don't get this messing around with a 4-3-3 and we had this conversation with Robbo. Robbo says Walker has to play in a back 3 and Walker goes and mops up, and that way you get Alexander-Arnold in the team. Simple as. No, Alexander-Arnold doesn't defend, so what do I do? Oh, but at left back, let me keep playing right backs at left back.
That's crazy.
This whole thing. And also, Calvin Phillips, what's his excuse? What, he's tired too? He's tired after he's been sitting on his backside half the season?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, why do you play a formation where you have to cram most players in where you're weakest and have, other than Declan Rice and maybe Jude Bellingham one day, although certainly not against, I don't know.
No,
Not
I'm
good.
with you.
Move
They
on.
might still win the World Cup, and I hope they have a really good
The
tournament.
talent's there. He's got to figure it out.
He's got to figure it out. Australia beat Peru on penalty kicks in the first Inter-Confederation playoffs by substitute keeper Andrew Redmayne, who grabbed the headlines, Gab.
So my first thing I got to say about this game is, yes, I knew we were going there with Redmayne. This is evidence why the World Cup had to be moved. Even at night, it was so hot.
But why did they play that game there?
Well, because you got to get used out of the stadium. You got to start testing things out, and
It was like 100 degrees.
But whatever. I thought it was actually pretty evenly matched. I don't think Australia are a great team, and even in the penalties, there were mistakes from both that got through. But yeah, the story's going to be Redmayne. He comes on for Matt Ryan. Actually, a couple minutes towards the end of injury time, which I thought incidentally was weird because you knew he was going to give a lot of minutes of injury time. Why not wait until, if you say you don't want to send him in there cold, fine, wait until 30 seconds or something. But whatever. It just struck me as weird. Redmayne's got like the giant beard, whatever, and he's dancing around. Some people said, "Oh, look, I don't like that because it's not ethical." No, it's fine. He can do what he wants within the rules. He looks stupid.
I'm not sure he even troubled the penalty takers.
I think that narrative moved away. I think it was the penalty takers who made mistakes. Costa Rica, though, became the last team to qualify for the World Cup as an early goal from Joel Campbell. Remember him? Gives them a 1-0 win over New Zealand in the other playoffs. Jules, the All-Whites weren't happy with VAR, though.
Yeah, they thought some harsh calls were made against them. I mean, I thought, again, it was quite a level game, I thought. There was not much in it like the Australia-Peru game, maybe, again, the heat. And they also complained about having to play that game in Qatar, which I think they have a point. I'm happy for Joel Campbell, who's still
where do they want to play the game? What, in Wellington?
I don't know, but it was really, it looked like the heat took a lot of...
This is hot for the Costa Rican players.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's hard for everyone. I'm just not saying that, it would have been better for New Zealand or Costa Rica, but it's just, I'm happy for Keylor Navas, Brian Rees, who came on at halftime, who's still involved. That generation that did so well in 2014 is still very much there, so well done to them.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.